Hi everybody, just sitting down, just having a cold ginger beer. I've had a lot of people asking me about mini adventure bikes, getting one set up and what's the best and what's not. This is my opinion, nobody should take this with a grain of salt. I'd just like to give a little bit of history in my riding. I've rode bikes since I was a little kid, rode all my life, rode road bikes for a while. Last 4 or 5 years been riding adventure bikes, mid-sized adventure bikes, KTM 890s, that style of bike. Still have the 890, love the 890, but just wanted something now that I work weekends and don't see all my riding buddies like I used to, or sometimes I've got to go out riding by myself, which I enjoy doing, but I just wanted the security of having a smaller bike, something I couldn't, you know, if I get trapped underneath it, I can get it off me, I can go anywhere, do anything on. So I've developed this bike. I've spent a bit of money on it, but it's what I want, it's how I want it. It suits my needs perfectly. So I'm just going to tell you a bit about my bike, and if you want to get into this sort of style bike, you want a lighter bike, something like this could be good for you. I've owned bigger bikes. I've owned a couple of WR450s over time. I just sold a WR450 about 6 months ago. I was going to set that up as a mini adventure bike. After 2 or 3 rides, I realised that I was beating my head up against a brick wall. It wasn't going to do what I wanted to do. It was too tiring in the bush. It was hard on tyres, hard on running gear, very hard on fuel. Fuel range was terrible. So I started to look around and looked at a dual sport, and then developing a dual sport from there. So to start off with this bike, I'll start from the top and I'll work my way down. So I've changed the grips on it. I've got the plush pillow grips on it, which is a beautiful grip. I've been running those now. Set of Pro taper handlebars, Henry Reed style. Just a better bend, get you up a little bit straighter, a bit more adventure style. Also running the risers, just a little bit more, not too much. I think it's about half an inch rise. I like them. I like the setup of the bike at the moment. It's perfect for what I need. The Zerbic tank, it's a 14 to probably a 14.5 litre you can get in it. It's giving me a fuel range now, and it's lighter than the original tank, which was 8 litres. It's half the weight of the original tank. It will take about 14.5 litres, like I said. Will give me about at least 350 kilometre fuel range, which is exactly what I want. May push to 400. I haven't done it yet, but I say it could. I will try it eventually, but I'll make sure that I've got an extra 5 litres with me when I go on those big adventures. So that's been a great addition. And then the handguards, Zerbic handguards. I got them on it when I brought the bike. Not 100% happy with their Zerbic handguards. They look good. They do the job, but they are nowhere near as strong as the bark busters. I've got bark busters on the 890, and I've had them on other bikes, and I've dropped that 890, which weighs a lot heavier than this, a few times. Pretty big falls on it, and I've never had to straighten them. I've never had to do anything to them. These, I've dropped it on silly little drops, and I've had to pull them off, straighten them in a vise before I could keep riding it. So, but they've been okay. They do the job. They save the levers. I'm talking about levers. I have aftermarket levers. They're just ones off eBay. So I've been running them. They've been fine. So from there, I have the B&B tail rack because this bike is set up for adventure riding. I can do day trips on this bike and go out the bush for a couple of hours or a day. Where this is set up for that sort of thing at the moment with just a small tail bag on it. That just carries some spares, my tubes, changing gear, pump, and all that sort of stuff. And to get me out of trouble, toolkit is all in there. So I run that. That's my day trip bag. That's a Krieger. I think that's a 10 litre Krieger, US 10 litre. So it's a great bag. I have a larger one, and I also have some giant loop bike bags that come down there for when I go away. Saddle bags, they're great. As you can see, that's the protector on there. They are fantastic. I get all my gear in, overnight trips, camping gear, tent, mattress, all that sort of stuff. So it all fits in there. Set it all up so I've got enough stuff that I can go away for a couple of days. I eventually want to do a bit of trout fishing up in the mountains, so it's all sort of set up for that. Then we work our way down to, we'll talk about the pipe, the Yoshiyuri pipe. It's the Yoshiyuri full system. Got that on after a couple of weeks after having it. It's also had the airbox mod, and it's also got the ECU, the 2.1 ECU from SSSS at the Tamworth. When I originally done it, I'd done the airbox first, and I'd done the ECU, and then I waited for the pipe. I rode it for a couple of times, put the pipe on it, and it performed completely different. It was a far better machine. It was breathing better and performing better. So that package suits me to the ground. That's all I need on this bike. It will sit on highway speeds quite comfortably. We'll get to that. We'll get that eventually. But so with the suspension, Clive Ward from Motorcycle Biz done the suspension for me, which is probably the most expensive thing on this bike, but it was something I needed to do. I have a tendency and a bad habit of not going around things but going through them and over them, so I needed good suspension. I'm 83 kilos, which is pretty much in the range for this bike when it's probably, yeah, could be on the heavy side, but it's pretty much in the range for that style of bike. I found the suspension okay, but very soft. The sag was terrible, had way too much sag on this bike, so that was one of the first things I done. I got the suspension done, and I couldn't be more happy with the suspension. The suspension is absolutely perfect for my riding. So that's about it as far as mods. The tyres, I changed the tyres pretty quickly. It's the enduro tyres. The tyres that come on it were like crap. There was no confidence in them. The front was horrible. The front would slip and then grab. Everywhere you went, slip, grab, and it just gave you no confidence at all. You didn't know how far it was going to slip. So I basically upgraded them with a couple of thousand Ks on them. I have a Pirelli 21 on the front. Very happy with that. Very happy with that tyre, wearing well. I have a 606, a Dunlop 606 on the rear. Sensational tyre, probably the best hard wearing off-road tyre you can get, which is street legal. This tyre now has probably about 2,500, easy 2,500 Ks on it, and probably 25% road, and it's handling well. I'll probably get another, I reckon probably another 2,000 out of that tyre, because I don't like to wear tyres right down, especially with winter coming, and when you start to get in there muddy and slippery conditions, you need something that's with a bit of meat on it. So that's what I'd run. And the gearing, all I've done is gone 2 teeth up on the rear, which has dropped lower the gearing to give a little bit more peakiness through the bush, through the lower stuff, through the hill climbs and stuff. And it's also it's dropped my speed on the road to she's probably flat out now around the 110 mark, sit on 100 easy. But that's all you need to do. It's a mini adventure bike. It's all about the destination, and it's all about where you're going and the experiences you're going to get. You know, it doesn't matter how quickly you get there, you're going to get there, and that's the idea of a mini bike. If you're starting out, or you're getting a bit older, or you just want something every now and again, these bikes are Japanese bikes. They are low maintenance, 12,000 kilometre oil changes. I do it every 5,000. Just low maintenance. You know, you're not talking hours on a motorcycle, you're talking kilometres on a motorcycle. So if you just want something low maintenance that you can pull out the shed, open up the roller door, pull out the shed, and off you go, and you can ride this to your destination. No trailer in it, no putting it in a ute, none of that stuff. You ride this to your destination, you ride your destination, and you come home on this and still have fuel to burn. They are a great little bike. So I've had a lot of questions and inquiries about my little setup here, and what they should buy and what they shouldn't buy, and that's totally up to everyone to buy. Or some people have got a bike there that they can utilise. Some people may have a KDX, you know, an old KDX that they want to redo. Someone might have a KLX that they want to do up. A DR650, whatever. I've rode with all the people that have got them bikes. I've had them bikes. They're all great bikes, but there's no perfect bike out there. There's no perfect bike, but setting it up the way you want it, and riding it the way you want, you can get close to it. So I hope this has just cleared up some things, instead of trying to message people and answer people's questions. I'm hoping that you've got something out of this. So thank you. Thanks for watching.